J. Grennan & Sons is a family-owned agri-trading business. We have been involved in farming for many generations. John, a farmer himself, started mixing rations to feed his own animals back in the early 80s. And as neighbours started looking to buy these rations, the Nugget brand was born.
Richard Matthews, we're on our lovely farm in County Offaly. Myself and my father now have been farming here. We're third generation. Sheep, tillage, a little bit of cattle in there over the years, a bit of pigs at one stage. We are a mixed farm. We have about 200 acres. At the moment, we've close to 400 breeding ewes, and we have about 40 odd acres of combinable and pulse crops. This is our winter barley this year. It's looking well. With Grennans, use this barley and we bring it to their depot in Rath. They use it to make up the ration we buy back, which we then use for our main crop ewes. All 400 out of them find it very good. It's a high protein content. First year for beans, we're trying it this year. It's looking good on paper. So we usually grow winter and spring barley, but we thought we'd sacrifice a bit of spring barley now and try the spring beans, because Grennans are pushing to try and have indigenous protein in their rations, which is I'm all for, because it helps the Irish farmers. It is a great break crop. It does fix its own nitrogen, so that it does save subsequent crops from applying fertiliser, which is obviously an expense. If you can do it naturally, that's all well and good. I was concerned about the crop of beans because it was my first year doing it. I did have to get a lot of advice and direction from the guys at Grennans. I was concerned about chocolate spot, which is the main disease you're meant to look out for in spring beans, and I took a WhatsApp picture and sent it to him and said, look, is this chocolate spot? He said, yeah, it is.
J. Grennan & Sons is now one of the leading importers, manufacturers and distributors of animal feeds and fertilisers nationwide. When we put our brand on a product, we are staking our reputation on the quality of that product.
My name is Liam Trench, Garryduff, Clamars, County Mayo. I'm farming here in Garryduff all my life. I'm the third generation of the Trenches here. I'm farming with my father Joe, and his father was here before him. We're sucklers, calf to beef. We run about 120 sucklers. We finish all the stock off them. We buy more stock along with them. Bring up our slaughter to about 200 plus a year. We also buy store lambs and do the same with the store lambs. We buy them in August, September at 35 kilos, and we finish them off grass, so we start feeding them meal after Christmas, bring them up to about carcass weight 22, 23 kilos. I started using Grennans nuts here 2 years ago. They were recommended from a friend of mine down the road. He said you should try it. He was using them himself. He was very happy with it and very happy with it. So I switched over to Grennans bull nuts, 30% maize in them, and I knew from when I started the nut, the cattle were a way more content, and it was easy up them in the meal and everything, and I was getting a good life weight gain on it. And I knew from the start that I was on a winner there with the nut. It was affordable and it worked well. The cattle were content, so we've been using them since, and we've got good kill outs on them. We're on the right track anyhow when it comes to the grid and the weights and all the targets we have to hit. We will be continuing using Grennans nuts here for foreseeable future, because it's when you're happy with something, you should stick with it. And I am happy and the cattle are happy. The cattle are the proof of the pudding.
We want to be your partner, so we can both win. We can make your job easier. If we're not doing business with you, we are losing out. But if you're not doing business with us, maybe you are losing out. Our expertise is only a phone call away for all farmers who use our products, whether purchased directly from J. Grennan & Sons or from one of the many agricultural merchants who stock our products nationwide.
My name is John Martin. We farm here in Massmore, Tuam, County Galway. We're farming 500 acres in total. 230 acres is made up of the milking platform, which is here in Massmore. It's a family-run farm alongside my parents, TJ and Kathleen. My youngest brother, Michael, is farming here on the farm also. Grennans have been part of the farming business here down through the years. When the farm was a mixed farm with cattle and sheep, we purchased a lot of Grennan Nuggets sheep rations. 2 years ago we started to deal with Grennans with dairy feed. We fed a lot of their high maize beef rations when we were finishing cattle, and also the very popular sheep nugget rations that they have. 2 years ago we started dealing with them with dairy feed. We predominantly use three different types of dairy nuts at different stages of the cow's lactation. At the Elite 18, the Megamix 16 and the Elite 14. We really find that the nuts drive on the cow's performance and improve fertility. Grennans provide excellent technical advice, whether it's nutritional advice or grassland management advice. They're only and ever a phone call away. Purchasing feed from Grennans has been always easy. Grennans are very easily to deal with, whether it's the phone call to order the feed through the local sales rep, which for us it's Solon, to the order rang into the mill in Rats, to the lorries coming the next day with the delivery. We always find it very prompt, very efficient, and we would always find the drivers very helpful and very friendly.
If you have a problem, we have the solution.
Tommy Fitzgerald from Garryhead, Clonaslee, County Laois. This is the third generation of farming here. I farm with my wife Pauline and my 2 kids, Orla and Kieran. We have 180 acres, all in grass. We keep a suckling herd of 70 cows, and we buy some matching weanlings to beef at 18 to 24 months. We also have a pedigree herd called Heatherview Blues. Grennans fit in well into our system. We use Super Bull nuts for the pedigree bulls and for all the finishing cattle. We start our younger stock on calf number 1, then calf number 2, and follow up with calf number 3. We've been using Grennans feed and fertiliser for the last 20 years. We find them excellent, an excellent product, and an excellent service before and afterwards. The after service on the grassland is soil testing, silage testing, and follow up on looking after sprays and looking after the grassland. Deliveries is absolutely excellent, 24 hours, and even if you don't order in time, they would fit you in before the 24 hours. I will continue using Grennans feed and fertiliser. Their service and their staff are excellent, and with their follow-up service, I'll be very happy with it.
Thank you for all the business you have given us in the past, and we look forward to your continued custom.